One nutrient to lower your risk of death by 21%, and it's so easy to get. An amazing new study published in the American Journal of Cardiology has clearly demonstrated beyond doubt the benefits of having adequate omega-3 intake. Getting enough healthy fats each day has long been one of my absolute fundamental foundations. If you've read my latest book, The Alkaline Life, in fact, if you've read my other book, The Alkaline Reset Cleanse 2, you will have seen me name daily omega-3 as one of my 4 core actions, the fundamental boxes to tick each day to make living alkaline and reaching your biggest, wildest, most amazing health goals so easy and effortless. And this study is awesome for giving you the motivation and the absolute belief that this is going to help you and to get started now. This groundbreaking research involving the UK Biobank included 117,702 subjects across 12.7 years of follow-up. It's the largest of its kind, and they showed that individuals who had the highest DHA levels in their bloodstream had a whopping 21% decreased risk of all-cause mortality compared to those with the lowest levels. They then compared their data to a comprehensive meta-analysis of 38 randomized controlled trials, the gold standard, and 17 prospective cohort studies, which included details of another 160 or so thousand individuals, and found a similar impact. The big picture here is that the recommended level of EPA and DHA in the bloodstream is 8% on the omega index, and if you can reach this level as a minimum, your risk of death, but not limited to these things, but from cancer, cardiovascular disease, atherosclerosis, stroke, and more, drops by around 20%. This is easily attainable, and I'll get to how in just a second. So the study is awesome because it examined the mechanisms by how and why increased DHA is so effective. I love it when the studies include the mechanisms. So first, it is a fundamental that omega-3 consumption has been shown in multiple studies to protect against all of the age-related challenges of the cardiovascular system, so cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, high resting heart rate. Studies show that 3 grams of DHA plus EPA per day will lower your systolic blood pressure by a mean of 4.5 in people with hypertension and 2 in people with a normal blood pressure at baseline. It will decrease your resting heart rate by approximately 5 beats per minute, just supplementing 3 grams a day. Strong omega-3 levels are also associated with increased immune function, enhanced cognition, augmented neuromuscular function, and have repeatedly been shown to decrease Alzheimer's risk. Although, in fairness, this is more DHA than EPA, still, when you're taking these supplements, you're getting both. Supplement with omega-3 has also been shown to augment vagal tone. The vagus nerve plays a fundamental role in cardiovascular and brain health, and in optimal functioning of the immune system, the gastrointestinal systems, and so much more. And people with higher vagal tone have been shown to be at a lower risk of all-cause and cardiovascular disease mortality during long-term studies. Accelerated telomere shortening is associated with age-related diseases such as cardiovascular disease, cancer, neurodegenerative disease, and more. And blood EPA and DHA levels strongly predict the length of telomeres and the rate of telomere shortening. The longer your telomeres, the longer your life. Next, the dysregulation of mTOR pathways has been implicated in several age-related illnesses, including neurodegenerative disease, cancer, and diabetes. But omega-3 has been shown to regulate mTOR activity and have a beneficial effect on mTOR signaling and modulating mTOR activity, specifically in skeletal muscle tissue and the central nervous system. And related to that, and finally, fractures, bone breaks, sarcopenia are strongly correlated with all-cause mortality. The likelihood of dying from any cause after a hip fracture is significantly increased. Studies show that a hip fracture after the age of 65 years increases the risk of death in the next 12 months to between 40 to 60%. Recent studies have shown that ingestion of EPA and DHA massively supports skeletal muscle, with clinically relevant gains in muscle size and strength. So circling back, the study shows that the strong DHA levels in the body reduces the risk of all-cause mortality, cardiovascular disease mortality, and cancer mortality. And when you look at the benefits we've just discussed, it makes a lot of sense. The cumulative effects of omega-3 on blood pressure, heart rate, vagal tone, telomeres, mTOR, skeletal muscle mass, strength, mitochondrial function, and a myriad of other factors, it's just a no-brainer. And again, this is why getting plenty of healthy fats is fundamental and one of my 4 core actions. So what does this mean for you? Now, ultimately, as we touched on, you want to get comfortably above 8% on the omega-3 index as soon as you can. It doesn't take long. If you've got deep concerns with cardiovascular disease, cancer, or another degenerative condition that you're concerned about now, then you possibly should get an omega index test done. Most healthcare providers will refer you for this, or you can purchase them online privately. There's a link below. I've got no affiliation with them. But for most people, this isn't necessary. Just aim to get 2 to 3 grams of omega-3 each day, and you will quickly get to 8% and beyond, and in a really good place. Now for supplements, and this is the best way, the easiest way, the most safety net way of doing it, I'll give you my recommendations below the video. These are the products that I use and trust, and if you take 2 grams of omega-3 each day in supplement form and then aim to get the remainder from your diet, you'll be absolutely flying. You'll go great. And from the diet, you want to be looking to those foods on your screen now: leafy greens, chia seeds, flax, hemp, oily fish, nuts, seeds. There are loads of choices. Of course, the alpha lipoic acid, the ALA from plant-based sources, has to be converted by the body to get into EPA and DHA, and this conversion ratio can be quite low. There's lots of discussion and disagreement on how low or how high that is. However, ALA in its own studies shows how it improves cardiovascular health, is anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, supports metabolism, supports bone health. It's awesome in its own right. Look, this is an awesome study. I love simple changes that have a big impact. It's what all of my coaching is built upon. The easiest, most simple, most effortless things that are going to have the biggest impacts and get the biggest results for you so quickly. And this is it. This is fundamental. Again, I cover the importance of all these foundations, the fats, in depth in the Alkaline Life, my newest book. But I've also got a brand new 3-part free training series coming up in a couple of weeks. It's all about getting started on the Alkaline Life and building these incredibly powerful foundations, these 4 core actions, and turning them into habits. Turning them into habits so that they're effortless. They happen for you every day on autopilot. Does that sound good? I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do, exactly what the most important stuff is, so you can get rid of the noise and get rid of the overwhelm, and how to turn into habits. So check that out. The link to sign up for that is below this video. It's absolutely free. I recommend you get onto that now. Go grab a copy of the Alkaline Life as well. And I can't wait to teach you this stuff. I'll be back next week with another study and more videos in between, and I'll catch you then. Take care.